Okay, hi there guys, I am villevn. This is Animal Crossing New Horizons, and today I'm gonna show you how to get some purple tulips. And the purple tulip is the hardest hybrid flower to get in the tulip family, but no problems. I got you covered as usual. So, if you follow this method of mine, which I call the clone pair method, and you can see the overview here, and I'm going to explain everything in the video further. But if you follow this method, then you're going to have a 25% chance to get these purple tulips. That is an excellent chance. That's the best you're going to get. So basically with this clone pair method, when we get to the end of this, we're going to have some super flowers. These are going to be the same ones you can find on rare islands, but you can breed these yourself as well. So you're going to have these super flowers, some pairs of these, and look at the chances. 25% chance to make purple, 25% chance to make purple. So what this means is that when you finally get these pairs, every single time you water them, and then when they will eventually produce a flower, every time these pairs produce a flower, they will always have a 25% chance to produce purple. Every time for the rest of the freaking game. So this method will give you excellent chances of getting these purple tulips. And this is not a haphazard method where you just mix everything together and hope for the best. No, this is a very methodical way that we're basically working with the game's code to make sure we can breed these super flowers and get that 25% chance. We're basically maximizing the chances that we can get. And I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube, and it's basically, okay, put stuff together and, well, you're eventually going to get something. And, well, that's not always a good idea. Look at these oranges over here. They have a 6% chance to get a purple. That means out of 100 flowers, 6 will be purple tulips. That is a lot of flowers to produce. Especially if you have bad luck, then you could be really royally screwed over. So that's why I'm doing this video, so you too can get this 25% chance of getting these purple tulips. Okay, so, and in this video I'm gonna explain everything you need to know. I'm gonna go step by step, phase by phase. I'm gonna show you all the flower formations. I'm gonna give you some bonus tips. Everything you possibly need to know about getting these purple tulips is gonna be in this video. I'm going to have timestamps in the description box so you can jump into whatever section you want to jump into. And I'm also going to have all this information written in the description box so you can go there to read the same information at any point you wish. So this video is going to be absolutely packed with information. So there you go. That's the intro. If you're ready to get some purple good darn tulips into your garden, then let's get to it. Hell yeah. Phase 1. We're gonna start off by laying some red tulips down here, just basic reds you can buy from the store, and then some yellow tulips, same thing. These are the basic seed variety. You can see the seed bag icon over here. And I'm gonna do 2 rows here just to demonstrate how to position these, and you can have as many of these as you want, or as few as you want. That's up to you, but the basic idea is you're gonna have red and yellow space, red and yellow space, red and yellow space, red and yellow space, and then one space over here, red and yellow space, red and yellow space, red and yellow space, red and yellow space. So basically just pairs of 2 flowers together and then one space around on all sides. That's how this works. And the reason we're doing these pairs is so that these flowers will always pair up with each other. If you would have them like this, for example, then there's a problem because the reds can now breed with each other and the yellows can breed with each other too, and that's not what we want. We want these guys to breed with each other, the red and yellow with each other. So this is how you make sure that happens. So you water these every day, water, water, water. and then next day check what happens, and have your friends water these too if you can. That's gonna give an even higher chance of producing. And keep these flowers in place at the same place if possible. That's gonna make them produce faster. So what are these guys then producing? They can produce yellow, which you should discard, and then they can produce orange is what we want. So every orange you get out of these guys, you're gonna take that orange and save it, because we're gonna put that into the next phase. So just take all the oranges you can get. So that's gonna be the end of phase 1. Red and yellow together in pairs, one space apart, and save all the oranges. That is the end of phase 1. Phase 2. So now we have some oranges from the red and yellow pairs, and you're going to get your first orange, you're going to put it by itself, and you're going to water this guy too, and it's going to clone itself. Or then you're going to get more from these pairs, so you can just add them here. And we're going to create these boxes of 4. That's what we're going to do. So when these guys produce more orange, then, well, they basically can produce the same kind or the super island variety. And so every orange you get out of these guys, you're just going to add them to this box over here. Keep putting more guys over here, and eventually you're going to have that super orange go over there too. But most of these are just going to be the basic orange variety. So this is what the second phase is going to look like. You're going to have boxes of 4 orange, 1 2 3 4 space, 1 2 3 4 space, 1 2 3 4 space, 1 2 3 4 space. That is what we're looking at here. You could have them in pairs if you want, like this, but this one saves more space, that they are in clusters of 4 basically. And it doesn't matter that, like I said, these guys are only producing the same kind of orange that they are themselves, or they are producing the super island variety, which is just gonna help this production. But just gather all the oranges you get out of here, and all the oranges these guys are producing here. You can just add them and make more boxes. And again, that's up to you how many boxes you make. You could have like a zillion boxes here if you want. But whatever, how much space you have, how much you want to dedicate to this section. This is going to be your main production section basically. And this is going to be the end of phase 2. So just gather all the oranges, everything they produce or everything this section produces, you're going to put them into boxes of 4 and 1 space around. That is going to be the end of phase 2. Phase 3, the final phase. So we have our oranges set up. You can have as many you want or as few as you want. That is up to you. And now we're going to get to the good part. So these oranges, they can produce purple, but only 6% chance. So that's not good enough for us. But they will also produce normal orange. They will produce super orange, which is the rare island variety. They will produce normal black, and they will produce super black, the island variety, as you can see here. Normal black tulip, rare island tulip. Normal orange tulip, rare island tulip. So these are the flowers that we are after. So when these oranges, they produce something, you can discard everything else. If you get a purple, then obviously congrats, you got good luck. But when you get oranges and when you get blacks, you're gonna save these flowers. And now we're gonna get to the clone pairing. So all these blacks and oranges, you're gonna put them by themselves. And then we're gonna start building a little enclosure for these flowers. And we're gonna have 3 spaces for each of these flowers. So like this, you're either gonna put down tiling on the floor like stone or terracotta or brick or whatever you want to put down there, or you can put down graphical designs on the ground, or you can put down fencing. Or, well, I guess you could put down furniture too if you want. But anything on the ground that prevents the flowers from growing. So each of these pockets will have only 3 available spaces. So every orange and black we get out of these guys, we're gonna put in its own pocket. So you would expand this naturally over down here and to the side and whatever. So now we have our flowers, and in the game we would not know who is who. Like, we can see here that we have a 25% chance to get the normal. We have a 12.5% chance to get the island super one. We have a 6% chance to get the normal black, 12% chance to get the island one, but you wouldn't know which one is which. So you put them in the little pocket here, you water them, and each one of these is gonna clone itself eventually. They don't have access to any other flower, so that means when the flower produces, it will copy itself. That's the only move it can do. So now we have identical pairs. This is what I call the clone pair. All these flowers have now cloned themselves, which means that the normies are paired up with normies and the super flowers are paired up with super flowers. And what that means is that, look at these oranges, 25% chance to get purple. Ding, ding, ding. There we go. And these blacks over here, 25% chance to get purple. Another winner pair. And these blacks over here, the normie blacks, they can only make black, nothing else. And these normie oranges, well, they're the same ones you have here already. They can produce all kinds of stuff. And only 6% chance to produce purple. But by this sort of clone pair method, you're isolating the good flowers, and that means that we can get that 25% chance to make purple because the genetics are now stacked. Like, the good genetics are now paired up with good genetics. And there you go, 25% chance to make purple. And this is why you do this and not mix them up. Look at this. If you mix this good black over here, you mix it with the normie black, you have 0% chance of producing purple. 0. This flower is the best flower you can get here, and its potential is absolutely destroyed because it's paired up with the normal black tulip. So that's why the mixing and matching is not a good idea, because you could have these super flowers, but if they're in the wrong spot, they will never produce purple. So that's why I do this clone pair, because then you're gonna make sure that the good genetics get doubled. Same thing with this orange, that if you take the super orange and put it with the normal orange, well, you have a 12% chance. That's a good chance, especially that if you look at these normies over here, then they can produce with a 6% chance. Okay, so it's not as dire of a situation at all, but these super flowers together, well, they have a 25% chance. So which one would you rather take? 25% or 12%? Exactly. So this is why the clone pair method works. You get double the good genetics. And what do you do when you finally get that purple? Well, you take the purple, ding, it appeared over here, and then you put it by itself, and you're gonna water it, and it's gonna clone itself. Bam. Now you have 2 of these. Then you can keep them together if you want. 100% chance to produce more purple. So okay, they will only produce more purple. Or you can put them separately and water them, and they will each clone themselves again. So you can do either one. You can keep them together if you want, cluster of 4 maybe, cluster of 2, whatever you want to do. Or you can have them separately and just water them, and they will all clone themselves eventually. So you're just gonna have more and more of these purple. Once you get one purple, you can start multiplying these like crazy. So there you go. That is the end of phase 3. So pick every purple, or pick every orange, pick every black, and put them by themselves. And then in these little pockets of 3, and then just keep watering them and they will clone each other, and some of these pairs will have very good chances of producing purple. That is the end of phase 3. So to recap this method, you start off the phase 1 by pairing red tulips and yellow tulips together. 1, 2, space, 1, 2, space, 1, 2, space, 1, 2, space. So just pair them together and 1 space around these pairs. And these guys will have a 50% chance to produce some normal orange tulips, and that's what we're gonna move on to the next phase. Then phase 2, every single orange you get out of these guys over here, you're gonna move on into their own little boxes. And you're gonna start watering these boxes. Doesn't matter if you have 1 or you have 2 or you have 3 or whatever. Keep watering, this will clone itself. You're gonna get more from the above phase, so just keep adding these boxes in the boxes of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 space. 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 And you can have as many of these boxes as you want, but just put them in clusters of 4 and 1 space around. And if these guys, when you water these guys, they produce orange, you can add it to the next box over here. So just keep building this section until you're satisfied that, okay, now I have this section complete. However big it's gonna be or however small, then just keep building the section and then you stop at some point. Okay, now I'm happy, now we can move on to the next phase. And phase 3 will be you taking every single orange and every single black that you get out of this production area over here, you will take them and put them separately in these little boxes of 3. So you put the blacks and the oranges 1 by 1, ding, 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 and you keep watering these guys. And they only have 3 spaces of land here. And yes, you should mark the end part here with dark soil, for example, so you know which one is the production square. There's a pair and then there's a production square. So mark the end square here with dark soil, for example. So you put these guys separately, you water them, and they will clone each other. Bam, 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 bam. And there you go. Some of them will be normies and some of them will be super blacks or super oranges. And these super pairs will have 25% chance and a 25% chance to produce purple. And if we look at the chances over here from these oranges, then they have a 12.5% chance to produce the super orange and a 12.5% chance to produce the super black, which means that out of these guys over here, you will have a 25% chance to produce a super flower. That's a very good chance. 1 in 4 chance to produce either one of these, like get a good flower going on. So excellent chance. And then when they produce a purple, you're gonna put the purple by itself, keep watering it, it's gonna clone itself. Bam. Put them separately or keep them together, whatever you want to do, but they will just create more purple. Doesn't matter what you do, because together they will only create purple and separately they will always clone themselves, so it's just going to be more and more purple. That is the summary of this method. And then a few bonus tips to speed things up a little bit. So if you are really impatient, you can always do time travel. And how that works is you're gonna have all your flowers set where they need to be, and then you will water all these flowers. Every single one you will water. And then you save and exit the game. Then you shut the game down, and then you go to the switch menu and you push the date forward 1 day to the next day. And then you open the game up again and you're gonna check what's going on, if you have any flowers to discard, if you have any flowers to move to the next section, you're gonna do that, move them to the next one, blah blah blah. And then you're gonna water everything again. Every single flower you're gonna water. Save and exit, shut the game down, go to the switch menu, and push the date forward to the next date. And that's how it works. So you basically just check your flowers, you water them, save and exit, shut the game down, and keep moving the date forward one day, one day, one day, one day. And that way you can do multiple days of Animal Crossing in one real life day. I've done some time traveling myself and it absolutely works. And you can do it safely, that you just keep doing days after days to ramp up the flower producement, and then you can jump back to where you actually are in real life too whenever you want. So this is something that you can absolutely consider if you're interested. And the second bonus tip is visitor watering. You can get a pretty massive boost to the production rate of these flowers by having visitors come over to your island and water the flowers. So the flowers have a counter of how many times you water them, and that counter will reset if you dig them up or if they produce. So that's why you want to have the flowers in set positions and do not move them unless you have to, because that will reset the counter. So day 1 to 3 when you water them is 5% chance, then it increases by 5% after that. So when you have these flowers over here, day 1 it's going to be 5% chance, day 2 5% chance, day 3 5% chance, and then when you water these flowers for the 4th time and you have not moved them, it's going to go up to 10% chance. But that's still pretty low. Well, when you have one visitor come over and water your flowers, they're going to add plus 20% chance immediately to all of these flowers. So that's a massive boost to the production rate. Just one visitor. If you have 2 visitors, it's going to be plus 30%. 3 visitors plus 45%. 4 visitors plus 60%. 5 visitors plus 75%. If you have multiple visitors, it's just gonna skyrocket. Totally. But even one visitor is gonna give you a massive boost. I've done this myself and it's a very noticeable boost. So if you can get a friend to come and help and water your flowers, and then you could go and water their flowers, you guys are gonna speed things up a lot. And you're helping each other out, so that's very good. But that's basically how this watering works. So do not move the flowers unless you have to. And other people watering your flowers, then that's a good thing. But they can only do it once per day, just like you can. So that was that. How to get some purple tulips in Animal Crossing New Horizons. 25% chance when using this clone pair method. Hell yeah. So thanks for watching, guys. If you have questions or comments, leave those down below. If you have better ways or additions to this method, then be sure to talk about those in the comment section as well. If you liked this video, if you thought it was helpful, be sure to leave a like, leave a comment. Those help me out and I appreciate it. And there we go. Have fun playing the game and good luck getting your own purple tulips. With this method, you absolutely should be able to do it, because there's only 4 of these different flowers here and 2 of them will get you that 25% chance when you just clone every single one of these oranges and blacks. So it absolutely should be possible for you guys to get these purple tulips as well. So good luck and I hope you get those. But there we go. Thanks for watching the video. See you again next time. Bye bye. Take care. Bye.